Alrighty. Welcome to the Cosmic Motion Universe, CMU for short. My name is Rob Sliver, and I am the game master and illustrator of this anime aesthetic-inspired TTRPG channel. Here you can use your channel points to interact with the story as well as change the course of fate and watch as the show becomes its own comic and ties in with other CMU comics. As for today, we will be viewing Chapter 9 of the Divine Space Opera known as Of Angels, Smugglers, and Bounty Hunters. So let's go ahead and meet our players and their respective characters.
I'm Jonathan. I play Thomas Viper Graham. I started out as a bounty hunter / smuggler. Happened upon these two angelic beings on an asteroid at the beginning of our journeys. We've traveled through galaxies and into unknown parts of space. Gotten lost a few times, and somehow found ourselves in the midst of a war of the gods.
My name is Ashley. I play Aelin wow, tongue-tied. Okay, Cloud Splitter. I am an angel, variant of sorts, mostly angel. I can use divine energy at my will, I guess. And yeah, I am definitely a very large factor in why we are in this said war of gods. Can't really deny that one, that's for sure.
My name is Rin. I play Atlas Moonwind, a fae from the Divine Realm. I met Aelin by accidentally letting her out of her tomb.
Yep.
And then he randomly showed up too, and then he took us from the meteor we were on.
It was like a randomly
Like an
displaced asteroid in time.
Yeah,
It
so
was
we
like
were stuck
skipping
on
through
that,
time.
and he ended up showing up, and he saved us, and then ever since then we've been getting into shenanigans
We're
as
the
a
three
team.
best friends.
Okay, so you guys ready to start this?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. Last chapter, we saw our divine space crew dealing with the potentials of new AI. Attempting to kill two birds with one stone, they undertook a snatch and smuggle mission for their contact, Jimmy the Ear. The new destination is the Star Syndicate, where they first purchased an incredibly high-end AI companion for Jetson, while still planning their heist of the Sidroid prototypes that originally drove them to be here. During their trip, they were greeted by a strange asteroid-sized dragon traveling in Weaver space alongside you. After figuring out the purpose of the visit and surviving the encounter, you were all reminded of another threat that had fallen to the wayside during the beginning of your journey. And to top it all off, the issue of retrieving the betrayer's spear is still looming over your head. But for now, they will be taking a tour of the Sidroid manufacturing facility manufacturing and testing facility. And that is where we will go ahead and start off your guys' morning before you do the Sidroid tour. The Sidroid Platinum Tour. So, you guys are in your ship, I believe, where you're staying currently, right?
Yeah.
I've already forgotten the name of this robot. What'd you guys call it?
I named her Astrid.
Astrid.
Yes.
Has she made breakfast yet?
She has. As you guys wake up, you walk out. Breakfast is already made. It's programmed into her.
Wow, one day with a new droid and you're already lazy.
I mean, we paid good money. It should do its
I'm going to be
job.
like at the table already eating.
Okay, so you got it before everybody. You're already
Yeah.
chowing down. All right.
I'm glad to see it's functioning. Go and sit down.
She is functioning.
She is functioning.
That's right.
You know, Viper, at some point you're going to end up liking her. You're just going to end up liking her.
I mean, it's a start already.
So the morning goes fairly well. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss or say before you head on to the tour?
Good morning, Jetson.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling lovely.
That's good. How do you feel about your new robot companion?
It is wonderful to have someone helping around and cleaning consistently, as for you three do not.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm not really used to having to pick up after myself.
And it seems you will never be required to get used to it.
Well, Jetson, today's the day we try to go get your new body.
Speaking of, how do we plan to split away without them noticing?
Well, I feel like we forgot to do one thing while we were there. Well, I guess we couldn't really do it because we didn't go on the tour, but maybe when we go, we should check an eye out for cameras and figure out where they're pointed, and then we could use the stealth.
We don't need to worry about cameras.
Or we use the stealth.
But it's more so the people taking us on the tour that we need to worry about. How do we break away from them without being noticed?
I mean, we don't necessarily have to break away from them while we're on the tour. The tour is more so of a scout, is it not? I mean, we can scout during the tour, and then we can also still look at where all the cameras are and things like that, which we already know aren't going to be a problem, but it also might kind of help Vulcan get more eyes of the layout too, and then maybe later in the evening or something. Yeah,
I was just hoping to get it done a little sooner rather than later.
Fair enough. It's understandable. I mean, if there is a way, we can definitely try to break away. I'm open to suggestions for sure.
The bounty looming over our heads. I mean, I know that's the least of our worries, but still, it just...
He's just trying to interrupt.
Okay, I have a question. How far can my illusions be away from me?
I mean, they pretty much have to be within your sight because you're controlling them.
Well, maybe if you create some sort of illusion distraction down the hall, we could break away during the commotion. Maybe make one of the timeless. That'd sure shake them up.
True. I was thinking maybe I could leave illusions behind to go on the tour for us, but I don't think I can do that.
Well, that might work too. Just give us a long enough time to break away for them. It would work as long as we're not the only ones on the tour.
We might be able to create something together too if we were to go a little later. Just another suggestion.
What do you have in mind?
Well, I'm not really able to create anything organic per se, but say if I were to attempt at creating an quote-unquote AI of our own of sorts, it won't be functional. However, with your illusion magic, you might be able to make it seem functional. At least for a short amount of time to create a distraction of sorts or something along those lines.
And how exactly how would we use it as a distraction?
Well, I don't have everything figured out. It was just a suggestion on another way of using a distraction rather than it just being, all on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think for now we'll just go as a scout. But if we find an opportunity,
We should
we'll
definitely
create a
take it.
distraction.
I think we're pretty good on the fly. We have been thus far.
Kind of.
I mean, we're here, and look at how much money we have. Jetson's about to actually get a body. I think we're doing pretty good right now, despite outside of the ship.
True.
Yeah, the problem is, even if we're successful with this, we still have to pull it off again.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, you have multiple steps to this, I suppose.
God, I never imagined my life would be like this.
Well, Jetson, what time is it?
It is currently 7:32 in the morning.
And the tour was at 8?
I believe it was 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock was the tour? Okay, thank you, Jetson. Okay, well, we've got about an hour and a half to spare. I mean, we can go around town and see what else this place might have now that we have a
offer.
little bit of money. I think we need to stock up on some like toiletries and things like that anyway.
Let's go shopping.
Okay. So So you guys going to town?
Yeah. We go into town.
Okay. And if you guys, for whatever reason, feel that you need to do something important today, the tour does go at 9 o'clock every day.
Okay.
So it's like an hour
So
run
if
of
we
it,
miss
like every
it,
25
then-
minutes
yeah,
he goes
okay.
and does it for an hour. So, or I'll say 2 hours.
Every 2 hours there's the tour?
No, it's every 25 minutes because it takes about 25 minutes to 30 minutes to do the tour. And then, yeah, they get the tour goes for 2 hours, or they can be started for 2 hours.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
We definitely do kind of need to stock up on food. We're starting to run a bit low.
Yeah, I'll say your stores are probably like at quarter-ish now.
Even less than that,
Okay.
because we were at 78, and I hadn't been keeping
Oh, yeah, that's
track
right, you
for,
didn't even have
for a
full-
while.
okay.
So,
Yeah, we'll say that you guys
I put
are.
myself in like 15.
Yeah, you guys are super low. So you guys go shopping in Sidroid Prime?
Well, I would like to see if there's any sort of like a potion brewery or something that might have
You don't see a whole lot of magically, focused things here.
Oh,
At
this,
least
yeah, this
not
is
immediately.
a pure technology.
It looks like
really.
technology is primarily what's done here. You can find, I
like
suppose,
pharmaceutical
yeah, more pharmaceutical, more science-based
And even that's
Can
like
we look?
medicine.
nanotech shit.
Right.
I'd still like to look to see if they have anything that would be equivalent to like a healing potion in a technology form, or maybe like a syringe of some
Like a
sort
stim
that
pack
like
or something.
yeah, you know, a boost of energy or something, because we
as
get
sh-
ourselves caught.
As you guys are walking, you notice there's not a whole lot of like shops per se. It's mostly office buildings and like coding. Mostly, it seems like either manufacturing facilities or just office buildings or residential. But as you're walking, you see numerous different like types of vending machines, and they're all various, very high tech looking vending machines. And you, as you're scrolling, like I'm not scrolling, as you're kind of meandering down the street looking for whatever it might be that you're looking for, you end up seeing a vending machine that has a green cross over the top of it, and you're like, oh, that's kind of what I need, right? And you didn't realize it before because you were kind of looking for more specific stuff. You've passed by a few of these, but you didn't really think much of it. And so you guys see this, and she starts walking over to one of these pharmacy vending machines. So as you walk up, you could see it doesn't actually show any of the stuff that's into it. It looks like the vending machine might actually be connected to the building. And you can see there's a screen on it, and you can scroll through numerous things. It looks like they have the equivalent of what would be healing potions. They are, yeah, like stim packs. And it looks like the strongest ones would be, they heal, they'd be like the equivalent of, I'd say, like a large health potion.
I'm trying to find that whatever health kit that I used up on her to basically bring her to like stabilize her out of.
Okay.
Like a defibrillator almost or something.
It was a
I forgot
medicine.
exactly what it was called, but I'll find it again.
Yeah. It's actually a toolkit.
Okay.
I want to look through and see if there's any EpiPens of a sort on there.
So it's essentially what
like
he's
an
looking
adrenaline.
for.
That's about the same
It's
thing.
the
Yeah,
same
like
thing.
an
To
adrenaline
stabilize
boost.
somebody so that they're not going to immediately die, essentially. So
Okay.
yeah, it would be the same function. But yes, that's what they'll look like here. Is they'd be EpiPens, or an equivalent of whatever nanite technology is in it that gets injected the same way directly into the center of the sternum, like it's Pulp
Okay.
Fiction.
In the sternum.
Each one of these, we'll call them life boosters. They cost, I'll say, probably about 250 credits a piece. They're pretty expensive, but I mean, they're pretty,
They
they're
work.
good, yeah.
those are, I'm sorry, but those are different than the stim packs, right?
Yes, these are
The large healing potions.
Yeah, exactly. The large healing potions are about 500.
Okay.
Those are the ones the equivalent to large potions. The other thing, the life boosters are. Actually, I'm going to call them stabilizers. That's what they're called, stabilizers, and they're essentially those kits that you guys to stop somebody from dying, even though they're at 0 HP.
So, Captain, I think, if I might suggest, maybe 3 of these stim packs, and then either 2 or 3 of the life boosters as well. Just that way there's like one for each of us. I'm not saying that we'd each need them, but...
Oh, no. After our little incident, I'm definitely in agreement.
Okay.
We could use the backup health.
Well, then would it be even crazier to suggest 4 of each? That way we each have one and there's an extra.
How small are these? Do they just like fit in our pockets?
We have bags of holding.
Yeah,
remember?
Oh,
Yeah, you guys have those little. Well, they have a certain weight limit, but yeah,
Right, but
that's what
the size won't matter.
Yeah. So they essentially use, if you can find large healing potions, in the items, or potions or whatever, you guys can add those to your inventory, and they essentially they work the same way. That's just they have a different aesthetic, or
there's potion of healing, healing greater, healing superior, and
superior.
Okay.
Sorry. I got the exact terminology they used. But
Yeah, no,
the third tier.
I happened upon these while I was looking for whatever item I did actually use.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's the equivalent of superior potions for the healing ones, and then the stim packs or the stabilizers are the equivalent to those tool kits that you were using prior, Thomas.
I just don't know where where it is in the actual.
Yeah.
I would like to find like an upgrade store basically, and see if I can get like a temperature radar, heat radar. Like I can sense
Like a
yeah.
You want glasses or something that do it, or are you looking for an implant or? Because an implant will take more than one day to do, but
yeah.
a healer's kit.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe like a pair of like goggles.
Goggles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
maybe is there like an implant or something that, not an implant, I'm sorry, but maybe like a add on to the suit or something that we can get?
So the suit does not actually go over your head. It's
okay.
like a mana thing. So there's
Or
nothing
can I
to
get
attach it to.
like a one eye
You can get a
that
scouter.
kind of goes up?
Yeah, you can get like a scouter.
Okay, yeah. Because I want something that's like obviously because like if I get like something, you're gonna have to put something on my head, and I don't want
So you have a
draw
heat
goggles.
vision. There's another vending machine as you go that just looks like tech. And you look at the different brands or whatever, and you don't really know what's what, as there's sub brands of Sidroid anyway. Looks like that's the big parent company. It pretty much keeps everybody working on this planet. So you don't really know what the governmental system is here, but it seems like people are fairly happy and they do their thing, but they're all busy. And you see at this one, there's again multiple different pieces of tech. At this one, you're like, this one looks nicest. It's got probably the sleekest aesthetic.
Okay.
It's kind of a smooth piece, and when it flips back, it kind of like perfectly blends in with your hair.
Okay, cool.
So, in fact, it actually has a certain synthetic type of material that reflects light,
Okay,
if you
so
will.
it's
So it looks almost like a
blends in, okay.
Yeah, it's a little shiny if there's certain lights on it, but it'll just look like tech at that point.
Basically until I pull it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And when you pull it down, it becomes it's no longer it becomes opaque, so
Okay.
you can see through it, and you're able to see heat signatures. This thing
Okay, cool.
costs 1,500 credits, though.
Okay, that's not bad.
Well, you guys again would be fucking crying if you didn't just steal all the military, a huge portion of military funds.
Well,
in the
yeah,
suits here.
obviously.
We didn't steal it.
But I
we
feel
took
like
it hostage.
I feel like I'm
Forever.
spending it pretty wisely on the decisions that I'm just. I mean, obviously, aside from the robot,
It's been
'cause
like-
that was just a one.
Like
but
1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 sessions, and you guys have spent a shit ton of money already.
It's like shopping spree,
Yeah.
upgrades.
Well, also like bribing people.
Yeah.
Like a couple mil bribing people.
So you
easy.
guys got what? Did you need anything else from any tech that anybody's looking for?
If there, no, I think I'm fine for now. I think I'm good now.
Okay.
We'll do a quick grocery trip and then head to the
Okay.
tour.
You see that there's obviously imports of you can't go wrong with, and there's multiple different vending machines, and they have they're galactic spread.
Oh, let's go Asian this time.
Okay. You can't go wrong with Asian food. So you guys get a multitude. How much do you get? I'm gonna say that it's probably about 30 credits per.
I've
meal.
already. Unless it's priced up here because I got notes from the last time.
Okay. What was the?
It was
price?
8. It was 8 per, and I filled it up to 100. I added 85 units to
Okay.
put us at 100 units.
I'm gonna say the price did go up to 10.
Okay.
10 credits per then. I was gonna give you guys a heavier price, but since I said it was only 8 previously, but that's what you're getting from Ebnar.
The price could be different
It's
here. Just
15.
choose what you
It's
want.
15 here. 15 credits per meal. On Ebnar, you get them for 8 because that's where a lot of it's produced. So just add another 7.
Yeah, 7 times 85. 595. Oh no, we're gonna go bankrupt.
So you guys get your stuff, and they'll ship it to your ship if you buy a huge bulk like that.
I figured so.
How come you haven't thought about getting ship upgrades?
Isn't this what the whole mission's about?
Yeah, well, but that's for Jetson.
Jetson's
Jetson's not the ship. No, he's not the ship. He's the AI in the ship. The ship is something. It's like entirely. They're told two different things.
Okay, no. we are getting upgrades for. We'll get upgrades for the ship later. Okay.
I was just it's your ship. I don't care if you want it to fall apart. That's fine.
You know, sometimes you really are a thorn in my side.
I'm gonna like stand up and drop a fork on the floor and be like,
Ka-ding-ding-ding-ding.
"Look, it's already falling apart." Just,
We're not even in
just
the
keep walking. Oh.
She
Walk
just drops
away.
a fucking fork randomly. Where did you even have that? She created one real
See?
quick.
Look, it's already
Look,
falling
it's
apart.
following us.
This is a part of the ship.
All right, is there
It
anything
came
else
out of my suit.
you guys want to shop for?
Nope. Got our essentials and our potions.
You got your essentials and your potions. You guys are ready for the tour?
Yes, we are.
Okay. We'll say that it's just about time because you only had like an hour and a half, 2 hours before time came. And you guys arrive at the massive Sidroid facility. You walk inside as you previously did into the sales area. And it says like a big sign that's like sales here. It's pretty much the only entrance available to the public. You guys walk inside and you see there's other Sidroids that are helping people, but you see the one that you are familiar with previously. Hello, everyone. My name is Cotton Kindle. Welcome to Sidroid. Are you here for the
Research
yeah
and development.
the Sidroid Platinum Tour?
You guys make it sound so nice. But
Oh,
yes,
it is a wonderful tour.
Of course, we're here for that tour.
Oh, how exciting for you. Okay, well, it seems like you are just in time, as the rest of the group is already here. Please, step this way, as you only had about 1 minute left. As he kind of walks over with his incredibly fast moving arms, but regular moving speed legs, you guys kind of collect with probably about maybe 10, 15 other people. And once again, he says, "Hello, everyone. My name is Cotton Kindle. Welcome to the Sidroid Platinum Tour. First, we will walk through the sales floor." And then you guys hear that. He turns around. You guys are motioned to follow him.
We'll stick towards the back of the group.
Okay? I am sure you are all familiar with this floor. Otherwise, why else would you be here? Wink. As you guys walk through this
sorry.
automatic door that opens up, you guys see there's like a dark kind of room and it's somewhat dimly lit. You walk in. First, After that, we will make sure that you are all situated. Once you get through that door, the room kind of opens up a bit, and you can see below you there's a bit like a conveyor belt of some sorts. And these comfortable-looking seats rise up, and the ones that are kind of like in the back are risen a little bit higher, and you guys are motioned to sit down. Please
Nice.
take a seat
Okay,
and
I'll just
get
sit.
comfortable.
I'm gonna sit in the middle.
Well, this is nice.
Okay. So you guys sit down in the seats, get comfortable.
Do we get popcorn with this?
You guys are glamoured, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, no. There's no food or drink inside the facility. He doesn't stumble, though.
You haven't made little vacuum robots yet to clean up after the mess?
Ha ha ha. As you make snide comments at him and he just deflects them with awkward laughs, a little bit of time and you guys see nothing but these black and gold walls as everybody in here kind of gets situated. Here, there's family that's in the back and this kind of annoying, spoiled kid. Mommy, Daddy, I want my own AI. I want it to be the newest high version. You know, I heard they're working on a prototype. And it's just obnoxious fucking blabbering in the back. And they're just, oh, sweetie, you know, we'll do what we can for you, sweetie. Oh, we love you, sweetie.
I mean, I'll kind of keep an ear to him just because the fucking kid knows about the prototype.
He clearly, the kid's probably 12 or 13, but he seems informed. So again, after a bit of just seeing black and gold walls, you guys realize that the platform that you're on once you sat down is actually moving. You didn't realize it at first because you just saw black and gold walls. And then boom, these massive, thick, perfectly clean glass windows appear directly in front of your view as you guys are now looking over what looks to be inside of the Sidroid facility. And Cotton's just standing in the front as he's kind of like holding his hand to the window, just displaying it. Says, in this area, we research new advanced synthetic materials that can be made out of existing synthetic materials and make sure we minimize the waste. You will see multiple scientists at work in each of the glass rooms working with their respective materials. As you see, there are hundreds of scientists working with a multitude of strange materials that seem to replicate materials from like across the galaxy. Here we research ways to make the side droids more efficient and natural acting to fit right into your home. Help more than any hired help and stay out of your way. And you guys can see now as it kind of slides past, there's like dozens of scientists testing droids, parts of droids, like speaking with droids, coding droids, and so on and so forth. And you guys are seeing kind of this display over maybe probably like 8 minutes of this room as you guys slide by at a decent pace, but you guys have a pretty good view of it.
It's like some Jurassic Park shit.
Kind of, yeah. Do you guys want to do anything, say anything? I don't want to
We
blast
don't
you
see
through.
the prototypes in this room, do
No.
we? Okay, then we don't care about this room. Are they working on pets?
That is something that is not displayed in our current tour.
So you create artificial material here,
That is correct.
and to try to replicate raw material. Am I getting that correct?
That is not incorrect.
Have you guys ever tried to create omnium?
It has something that we have worked on for many, many decades. Unfortunately, the consistency of omnium is unlike that of anything else found in any portion of the galaxy. It seems to be irreplicable.
Interesting.
We do have, however, a synthetic version called admium. It is widespread across the galaxy as one of the strongest and most flexible metals available. However, hardest to work with.
Makes sense, being the hardest.
So anything else you guys want to say before we continue the tour? No more questions. Let us continue. As you guys move past this little segment, the glass, it's just a small kind of golden black segment before you guys breach into another large glassed paneled area. You guys see, in this area, you will see where all of the research products are testing in a multitude of environments and to make sure they are safe for your homes and your families. You guys peer out, and there are thousands of different glass like chambers or rooms of varying different sizes, heights, square footage, and cubic feet, with different scientists wearing multitudes of different colored like lab coats. You're assuming that probably means that they're of varying specialties or something like that. And you guys see multiple aides as well working with materials and putting them through a multitude of tests, stress tests, heat, fire, cold, freezing, chemicals, long falls, damage, shot, bullet wound,
All the
all
stress
those sorts of
tests.
things. Nearly any hazard that a person can imagine. Down here, you will see the scientists hard at work, making sure that the research team truly brought you the safest and most efficient products to accompany your family and helps you have a safe and healthy home. You guys progress down the line. You see hundreds of scientists testing fully built Sidroids, pieces of Sidroids, limbs of Sidroids, even small things like eyeballs, internal organs, and they're all going through multitudes of like glitch stress tests, functionality, learning, coding. It looks like the next level of testing and whatnot. It seems similar in this sense to what you saw in the research a little bit. Does anybody have any questions so far on the tour?
Yeah, how do I get a job pushing robots over?
Looks like he's programmed to just straight obnoxiously deflect any stupid comment.
You may continue.
The kid in the back
Mr. Cotton.
shouts out, "When do we get to see the prototypes?" And you guys are like, "Oh, what?" Unfortunately, we do not showcase our prototypes to the public. However, I can tell you they are worked on in this very facility. However, this facility spans multiple miles. Anyway, shall we continue the tour?
Is there a tour that does show prototypes?
Of course not. That would be incredibly illegal, galactically.
Is there, in this tour though, we're able to tour the labs where the prototypes were created, right?
Some of the prototypes were worked on in these very labs, yes.
Fuck, why did we come on this tour?
So while I'm sitting in the seat, I'm going to actually, before I do this, I'm going to ask a question. How much more of the tour is left?
We have one area remaining on the tour.
Okay, then I'll hold my action until the remaining.
Okay, everybody ready to continue the rest of the tour?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you're so disappointed with the tour. You guys move to the next area. Once blueprints and schematics are researched, rigorously tested, and eventually approved, they are given to the engineers in the manufacturing area, as you can see. Right as he says that, the biggest area yet is revealed, as multiple acres of land in a covered futuristic warehouse. Blaring lights and the sound of clanks and clatter are heard faintly as the glass blocks most of the noise that would be normally penetrating ears, probably loudly. Tens of thousands of individuals are hand-building the machines and having them tested right there in front of you. You will see that all of our engineers hand-assemble each and every Sidroid on the market, and each Sidroid undergoes a rigorous final testing before being released onto the market. Please observe this final wonder as this now concludes the tour. Feel free to visit the gift shop or loop around to the front of the facility for another tour starting in 25 minutes.
Gift shop.
So, how far, what stage are the robots in this room?
They don't have skins or anything like that. It looks like this is where any of the regular household ones would be finalized. It looks like some of them have skins, but they have to go through a whole bunch of
they've
stuff.
got their
but-
circuitry and whatnot, right?
Yeah,
they're
already more or less
functional.
assembled. Yeah, for the most part. You see there's some that are not fully assembled yet, but again, people are at different parts of their stages of their work. But it makes you wonder what then the prototypes are or what that means, because these feel like.
Okay, so now I'm going to do the action that I was going to. I am going to use my technomancy, and I'm going to try to bring as many of the robots to life as possible. And I'll start there. I do want some to...
while you're still in the tour?
Yeah, I want some to attack the worker, attack, not fatally, but... and I want others to come for the windows and try to break them.
Okay. You cannot say anything. He's making his own ridiculous action right now. Give me a technomancy roll. You do not have advantage or disadvantage.
Uh, 16.
see what chaos?
Okay.
see
You guys notice right after he says, you can loop around the front, for another tour starting in 25 minutes, you see your comrade kind of lift his hand a little bit towards the glass, and he does a little hand wavy thing. Now, he's not a man to do very, very open magic, or really you guys haven't seen him do much magic at all without just simply touching the technology. But you guys know that hand movement. That's I'm doing some magic's hand movement. And as he does, you see that numerous of these, probably a good 24 of these droids that were being tested in varying different stages. Some of them only half completed, just like the torso up there with some hands. And they just start acting odd, very odd. Some of them kind of grab their creators or whatever they're working with uncharacteristically, meaning that these things should have definitely not made it up to this stage to begin with, And some of them just straight sprint at some of them and like tackle them, probably maybe breaking bones here or there, or nothing more than that, scrapes or things like that, obviously not incurring any sorts of death. And you see probably about 6 of them sprint straight at the glass as people kind of get startled, and as they hit the glass, you see them absolutely just incinerate. It looks like that. You don't see any like particles or anything left over. You just see them like disappear, and it looks like a red beam or lasers.
Cotton, is this supposed to be happening?
Unfortunately, no, but there are precautions in place, as you can see.
What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the reportation. You see, much like the transport pads, we have a small film barrier on the inside of each of these shields. If something were to, run, it simply gets reported back to the beginning stages and reformatted.
Well, it's a good thing you have that.
Is that where the prototypes are? Where things get reformatted?
Ha
Aggressive.
It seems like he is obviously tired of prototype talk.
Shit.
So at that point, the tour concludes, and you guys are kind of let out of the blast doors, and you guys are in another segment of the building, which is probably the only other sales. Yeah, it's the gift shop, other sales segment. And you see there's another conveyor belt that goes straight back, but it's probably faster.
What was that?
I don't know, but I'm glad we saw it before we tried to do our
No,
job.
I mean, what did you? Why? What was?
I was trying to create a commotion so that we could break away. I figured we're in the part of the facility where
Oh,
it's
that
most
didn't
likely...
work at all.
No, but we did find out a security measure that we didn't think of before.
That is very true.
Okay, so you guys, do you walk out of the facility then, and kind of like try to figure things out, or?
So I was thinking maybe we could, I could.
You kind of look over to the side. You see there's multiple screens and televisions, things like that are all along the walls, showing different things. And you happen to notice that one of the news feeds says that in this area, there have been, not in this area per se, but within this vast city or quadrant of the city, there have been numerous murders over the last few weeks, per se, like a number of them, probably about 30. And they seem to be all connected to one killer. And that's just something that you guys happen to notice, which is like, oh, well, the fuck, that's great. This place seems top-notch. Other than all the bells and whistles, white walls, and bright lights.
Okay, so the reason
seems
why
like
I
there's
was
an
stuttering
underbelly.
is because I was watching that. No, I was thinking that maybe I could use my magic, and we could obviously make ourselves look different, but we could possibly make ourselves look like one of the the side droids. Maybe we could trick our way into.
Make them take us back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe. I don't know. It's just an idea.
Are you
Think on
discussing this in the facility, or did you guys
it.
leave?
We left.
Okay. You left, and you guys are walking where whilst talking about this?
Probably to like the transport pod.
Transport pad?
Yeah,
Okay.
pad.
going back to the ship for now.
Okay. As you guys are going back to the ship, you guys are walking towards the transport pad, and you go through it, and you get to where more or less your hangar is, and you guys see this somewhat familiar setting, somewhat eerie, like this gray tone kind of overtakes a little bit, and it feels like time flows somewhat differently.
There's a timeless.
You whisper that to your yeah, and you can hear your tech like not really connecting outside of this loop. So you imagine that this whatever this span, it doesn't span all the way to your ship, because if your ship was within it, you'd probably have a connection.
Just saying it quietly because we don't know where it is.
Yeah, you guys feel instead of heat or cold, it feels like you're like in the expanse of space. It's not like you feel exactly cold or anything like that. It just feels strange, open, like you're not in an atmosphere anymore. So you're glad that you have your biome suits on, as they automatically activate once they sense that the atmosphere is no longer, healthy for you. You guys, your suits kick on. You guys are in your own biomes now, and you can tell that there's suddenly no oxygen in the air, and you're wondering if people are probably, whoever's in the air is probably just dead. And you guys see in front of you this orb start to form and like goop out and slop as limbs and things like that kind of burst out of it, and it forms into this grotesque beast with these like veins kind of pulsing out of the hands. It looks somewhat humanoid, but you could tell that it's disfigured in a certain sense. And it's got this massive hanging jaw, and it just shouts out. And you can see this thing's probably about 8 feet tall. So it's like a troll-sized creature, and it formed relatively fast as you guys watch it in just horror as it now stands in front of you, as its massive goopy feet is kind of slopping off. But you could tell the slop never really separates from it. It never like sits on the ground or anything like that. The slop stays and kind of rubber bands backwards to it, and it shouts at you, obviously focusing on you guys, miraculously forming in front of you, or not very fortunate for you
So
guys.
initiative roll?
You guys can take initiative.
I rolled 11.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
All right.
Am I blind?
Under.
Oh.
You go first.
Let's see what
Unless the timeless goes first.
Oh, I thought he said we take initiative.
I meant that like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you guys can take initiative rolls. 20. That wasn't even a good dice.
Great.
All right, let's start this. So as it shouts out, It let's see. It does these two hulking slam attacks at you guys because it uses a multi-attack. And we'll say that it has a 10-foot reach, so one target. So it aims at, we'll say you, and just
Okay.
does two downward smash things.
Just go with my AC.
Okay. Oh, what's your AC?
19.
Okay.
23.
Okay. Oh, all right. So as it slams down, boom, boom, both of you guys kind of get blasted back and take. Actually, hold on. I need to roll. I rolled the wrong thing. Never mind. You guys get blasted back, but you don't take any damage as it slammed directly in front of you, and the blast just kind of pushes. In fact, all three of you guys back as you guys can feel the heavy weight of the strength of this creature. You probably don't want to get hit by it.
Well, then I will pull out my tool that was made specifically for this fool, and use my my Omnium bulletless handgun.
Okay.
17.
17 altogether?
No, yeah.
Okay. Boom. It kind of kicks you back as you slide across the ground, but with your flight accompanied, you're actually able to hold the kickback of the gun a lot better because you're able to give yourself...
I only go 5 feet instead of 10.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't get knocked down either. You're able to stay standing, and it looks pretty cool as you kind of skid across the ground. What's the damage that you deal?
30.
Chakloon! You blast a massive hole out of its shoulder as it just... The rubbery pieces start flying out and slam across the ground. As you see, it looks like it's attempting to regrow, but it's not nearly as fast as you guys have seen previous.
Okay.
In fact, it doesn't seem to look like it's regrowing immediately. You see like stuff trying to happen, but nothing actually happening yet.
So can I go?
Hold on.
Oh.
I just want to kill it, damn it.
All right. That was Thomas's turn. Go ahead.
Okay. Because I want to go for the spot that he shot. And I'm just going to, with a diagonal swing with
Okay.
the scythe.
Melee hit?
Yeah, melee hit.
Okay.
Oh, 7.
7. As you swing down, you could see that it is not affected by the pain. It's not happy about it, but it steps back, and
Okay.
you kind of hit the ground right in front of it as you're now looking up at this thing with a menacing face.
Damn it, I missed.
You did miss. Now it is Aylin's turn.
Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt with my Divine Energy Blast. And I am going to use... let's do 3 spell slots for that.
No, it only takes 1.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah, it
thought you
just
said I
takes-
choose for... Okay.
No, it just takes 1.
Okay. And then it would be...
Make your 2-hit roll to see if it hits first, and then you'll make a damage roll.
Okay, I got a 9 for the hit.
Altogether?
12.
Okay. As you blast the mana forward, you're not used to using this ability so much, and you realize that you kind of open the cone a little bit too much, and as it kind of hits him, you see the radiant damage actually does take, but it immediately regenerates. You need to focus the blast a little more tightly.
Okay.
So that's just how I explained how you technically missed. Bringing it back around to this hulking void timeless. I believe you also have a new spell. I don't know if you... I think it's more for scouting, but... something-
The stealth one.
The arcane eye.
Oh, okay. I did not look at the spells.
I feel like that's something it came with your suit, since you didn't get the
Okay.
full defense suit. Okay, so anyway, the thing goes once again to do a double slam down attack, and you could as you see it slamming down this time, you could tell something that you didn't notice previously. That there's like these in each of the little rubber balls. It looks like there's like a face that's screaming out, that's wailing, and you could tell that it's actually probably going to do psychic damage rather than straight physical damage. That's what this creature does. And that's the sense you're getting now as you're kind of recognizing it. As they're swinging down at you two again. It's swinging at you two angels. Angel and Faye. All right, so you guys going by your DC or your
Yes.
AC?
I'm gonna try to dodge.
I'm gonna try to dodge.
All right, what is your AC?
23.
23?
17.
17? Okay. It slams down and it hits both of you guys. You guys hear this wailing in your ears as, again, it slams right in front of you, not directly hitting you with its hands, but the full psychic damage rings out in your guys' ears. And you can make a Constitution save, however, or be stunned.
24 on the Constitution save.
Nice. You are not stunned.
Uh, 14.
14. You are stunned until the end of the target's next turn. So as the screams wail out, you hear the voice of Metron. You hear his voice screaming out in pain as if you could help him, and it stops you dead in your tracks. As obviously your worst fear starts ringing out in your ears, and you guys see her with this glazed over look, clearly under the trance of a spell. You could tell she's stunned by whatever psychic wail that hit her. And you guys take, what would it be? You take 13 damage each. But you are not stunned, Ren.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That makes it Thomas's turn.
Well, I'm going to mock it, and I'm just going to scream at it as I shoot my Omnium.
Okay. Once again, you're like, fuck you, stop fucking with shit.
It's all that I've got. Can't use my...
Yeah, I mean, this thing's not really something you go close for.
It was made for these things.
Quite literally. That's why it seems to be quite effective so far.
No. 6.
6. As you blast off from this one, you felt a little confident. You completely just rail a shot off. You blast off a piece of a building. As you can see, the portion of the building just kind of float off as if it were in space. Just the rubble, I mean, just kind of floating off in there. Atlas, it is your turn.
Okay, so I've been knocked back a little bit, so this time I'm going to try to do a ranged attack with my illusion magic.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for... How healed up is the spot on his arm that he shot?
It's not recharged yet.
It's not recharged. Okay,
yeah.
so I'm going to aim for there.
Okay. You're doing another slash, you said?
Yeah, just
Okay.
with the illusion magic this time.
Oh, ranged one? Gotcha. Gotcha.
So 25.
25?
Yes.
Okay. How much damage do you do?
And then 22 damage.
22 damage. You slice right into that same spot as the already exposed area splits open further, and you could tell that the previous damage that the Omnium had done to it is making the regeneration obviously get heavily slowed in that area. How much damage you do again?
22.
22. You see it kind of cry out, just, and you could see that you've gotten closer to something within it that is making it feel pain. Aelin, you're stunned till the next turn. So we skip over. It is the Star Spawn Hulk's turn. He does this thing where he immediately gets mad and swings his arms to make a separate slam attack on each of you guys. And you guys just make dexterity saves to get out of the way.
Okay.
Well, since she's stunned, I will basically run over and take the hit to save her, or at least deal less damage to her.
Okay.
Body block.
Okay, I'm going to use my AC.
Okay, you go by your AC.
Yes.
You guys, she gets blocked, so she'll take half damage, and all of you guys end up getting hit by this.
Okay.
You guys all get slammed back, and you guys hear the wails, but you don't have to make the stun roll. You guys each take 18 damage.
Oh my goodness.
It's up to you. You take 9.
Yeah, you take 9. Yeah,
Oh.
you take she takes half.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, she
Okay.
takes half.
Thank you, Captain.
While you're stunned.
Yeah, fucking stuns. Okay, that makes it Thomas's turn.
How many bullets does this gun have before I have to reload? It doesn't say that. Oh, wait. Well, no, the bullet list says 11, but the Omnium doesn't say how many. I'm assuming 11 as well.
We'll say 11.
Okay, so I've taken 2. So
Okay.
I will take another shot. This time I will breathe and focus.
Okay.
Because apparently screaming doesn't work.
Doesn't help out.
Neither does breathing and focusing.
Okay, so you're just stressed out by this thing having already hit you guys. You guys are hearing the wails of dying people in your ears, just pain, and it's having an effect on you guys. And you rail off once again, and you shoot another segment of a building as the thing stands in front of you. And the pieces are kind of floating around it now as you're making a kind of a nice painting. And it is Atlas's turn.
All right. Well, I am. Well. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going for that same spot so that it has less of a chance of like
Okay, so
getting
you
closer.
leap
so we
back
can
again
get
after
closer. Mhm.
you regain your composure and
So I
leap
jump
back.
back in.
Okay.
Still range though.
Okay. Oh, ranged slice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. So a 18.
Okay. Once again, you swing at it, and it looks like again you're using pretty much psychic damage on this thing too. You can see the wound split open as it kind of looks at you angrily, and it looks like again you're winning the psychic battle. So it's pretty much forcing its own body open because that's what it believes happening. And you deal how much damage?
I deal 11 damage this time.
All right. It looks angrily at you guys as Aelin steps up to the plate.
So I am going to I am going to attempt to create my magic circle
Okay.
to give the creature disadvantage. Okay. And then, so they should be around, it's a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall. So we're all within 10 feet of each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it also will give you guys, we cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature while he is in the circle with us as well. And then I can also elect to attempt to reverse the direction of the creature's magic, preventing a creature of the specified type from leaving the cylinder and protecting targets outside of it.
Yeah, so once it gets in, it can still pretty much attack you guys, but it has to succeed on its charisma saving throw if it happens to teleport or something through rather than trying non-magical means to get through. And you must choose celestial elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. So this would be, I'd say, considered a fiend, or we'll just add the quotations of timeless.
Okay.
So you can choose timeless. The circle affects that creature within the chosen following ways. It can can't willingly enter the circle, obviously by non-magical means, so we'll have to use some sort of ability to get in there, or teleportation, which again comes with the charisma portion. And it has disadvantage on attack rolls against essentially all your allies within the cylinder. So you've made this your ground to fight on. As you raise your hands and show your great magic, it does take one of your spell slots as this magic circle and all these runes start filling up the circle below it as the thing looks kind of confused as to what this is. And you guys feel suddenly a dome within this dome that it controlled. You feel now you have the better control. You feel your own atmosphere kind of come back as you guys have created a reality pocket within this pocket of reality. Magic. Beautiful. And you guys cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature within this. And you guys can, well, yeah, you might be able to reverse magic in this. It's not a for sure thing, but you can attempt to do it.
We can sure try.
Yes. Okay, so that being said, you guys are now, that was your turn, yes?
Yes.
You are now in a preferred setting as the thing once again does a multi-attack swinging towards you that created the magic circle and you who's been blowing holes in it.
Only one?
That's true, but it was a big hole.
I will just use my AC again.
Okay.
You see?
It's not you. It's going
Okay.
for her, yeah,
Okay.
who made the magic circle.
So what was the other than just my AC?
You can
I can
attempt
try to dodge.
to attack.
Oh,
A dodge is your AC.
Okay. Yeah, I'll attempt to.
But you will not dodge.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
I'll try to dodge.
You just go with your AC?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 17, right? Okay. So
Yes.
but all of you guys are able to kind of jump back out of the way as the thing angrily swings now in your guys, because it was within 10 feet, so it didn't have to worry about passing the barrier because it was already within it, but you are still on your own, essentially hallowed ground. As it swings at you, it has disadvantage, and it didn't even hit with the tide's roll. So you guys are able to easily move out of the way, and you feel the tide of battle shifting once again a little bit more towards you guys. Not that you guys were losing by any means. Yeah, it is now Thomas's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna get a little ballsy here. I'm gonna run up to it and fucking stab it with my ignition dagger.
All right.
Because if I happen to get a crit with that, then I remember there was something special, but let's get to that point first.
Okay. So you run up and you go to stab it with your ignition dagger. Give me a roll.
Damn it. 18.
18. You run up and you leap, and it's a pretty clean leap as you just, where are you stabbing it? Or aiming anyway?
What was it? I'm assuming it swung at me, so it's facing me.
Yeah, it's facing
so
you guys.
I'll just
Just
a
the
basic
chest?
body area.
Okay. You stab it right in what would be the center of like the collarbone, where it would meet in the center, and it sinks in cleanly, and it looks down at you, clearly not truly phased by the damage. But what damage did you do?
15.
15. Yeah, it's still. It looks like it can't scream out either because you got it kind of in the throat.
Nice. Okay. So
Gurgles at you.
when he starts running up to the monster to stab him, I'm gonna use Misty Step and teleport behind the Timeless.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do like an overhead swing with my Star Splitter and
So
try
you're gonna use 2 skills.
No, this is just it's like a. I don't think it's an action.
Misty Step is a spell.
Right.
Yeah, it's an action.
Oh. Well then, I guess I'll just teleport behind him then.
Remember, you have your meta magic. You could spend more spell slots to do another attack if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
So-
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can. I think
So
it's
yeah, I'll
one or
do
two.
the 2 actions.
Okay, so-
Teleport behind him.
So essentially, I think it takes 3 spell slots to do all this. I think it takes 2 sorcery slots to do an extra action or spell on your turn for your meta magic, and then 1 for the Misty Step. Let me see.
I'm looking.
That would make sense. 3. So 1 for the teleport, 1 for the extra usage of an extra spell.
It's 1 when you roll. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. When you cast a spell that has cast on 1 of action, you can spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time to 1 bonus action. So it allows you to use either the Misty Step as a bonus action and attack, or vice versa. However you like, it's going to take you 3 spell slots.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to, as he's running up, getting ready to stab him, I'm going to teleport behind him, and then I'm going to do an overhead,
Stabby.
yeah, swing.
Oh, you're just doing a melee attack with that one?
Yeah, I'm doing
So
a
it's only
melee
going to
attack.
take you 2 sorcery points.
Okay,
then.
okay. So yeah, teleport and then swing
Okay,
down.
swing. Give me your melee roll. As you puff into a cloud of mist and reappear behind the thing, ominously swinging down like the Reaper.
So 16 plus that's 21.
21
Yes,
is your
sir.
okay. How much damage do you do?
I do 20 damage.
20 damage.
Yes, sir.
You slice directly into the back of this thing as you split towards like the center of what would be the base of its neck and down the center of its spine as it splits open and the thing gurgles more rubbery type fluid that kind of just flails out but never actually disconnects towards you, like as if phlegm were just kind of flailing there like a toddler plays with their snot.
Ugh.
At least it didn't hit me.
Nope. And this makes it Aylin's turn.
I'm going to do my Divine Blast again.
All right.
From inside my circle this time. Because I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah.
Little
I don't
more
think it gives you
focused.
any advantage.
It doesn't, but it's
okay.
beautiful. And it's mine. We feeling good right now. Okay, let me see here.
Thank you for the Discord post. I forgot.
Yeah, I put it in my Discord.
That's fine. Yours has more people anyway.
Why can't I find... There you are. Okay. $20.
20. Okay. You charge up and you did feel the strong confidence this time as you feel this beam, just like a Kamehameha of white and yellow energy form in your hands as you get ready to blast it forward. And how much damage do you do?
17.
17. You could see the divine radiant mana just start eating away at the rubbery type stuff on the front of him. And if there was a skeleton, you would have probably burned down to that point. As you could see the thing now kind of wobbly, as you could tell that it's in towards the center, slightly lower than where you stabbed. You see this small marble type thing kind of shine, ding, and you can realize that might be something important. And you can see it the best right now because you're pretty much hanging right up in front of it.
The core.
As the Hulk goes to just straight slam you, it's going to take both of its slams at you.
Well, instead of using my AC, I will grab its core and rip it from it.
Okay, so you're going to try to rip its core out faster or use your knife to jank it out. However, you need to do it.
Yeah, whatever's
Okay.
whatever sees fit. But at first, I will try to
Okay.
hand it and then knife it.
So we'll go with a strength roll.
Little handy knifey.
Well, do you want to go by your strength roll or your knife modifier?
I'll go by strength because
Okay.
I'm trying to do it by hand first.
Okay.
18.
Okay. You grab in and you could tell it's about halfway exposed because of the radiant damage that's burned away the front area of it, pretty much a good portion of it, and how weak it's gotten. You could see it kind of loosen for the moment as it goes to squish you, and boom, you grab it, and as you yank out, you feel the thing kind of goop down to the ground, and as you're holding it, you hear screams, agony, pain, just hundreds of souls, actually probably about 35 souls or so, screaming out in agony in your ears. Maybe more now because of the people that have died in the area from lack of oxygen.
So it's a sadist paradise.
Yeah. But you alone hear this, and you're kind of... Give me a Constitution roll to see if this affects you negatively. Constitution save, anyway.
Oh, save.
Yeah, save, sorry.
Doesn't make any difference. No, 10.
You see he kind of drops down to his knees as you're kind of overwhelmed by the amount of screams and stuff in your ears as he's holding this. You could see the stuff kind of fluttering on the ground. You can still notice that it's going to probably try to reform with its core. So you have the option of like crushing this now, or I mean, what do you want to do?
I am going to use my Omnium bulletless handgun and point blank just...
You're gonna shoot it?
Yep.
Okay. You don't have to roll for that, but you blow a hole in the ground. You kind of get launched up a bit. It hurts your arm a little bit to shoot it that close. So say you take 10 damage as it kind of shreds up your arm a bit. Your suit does, however, seal it because your suit actually kind of expands with the damage. It doesn't take any damage with it, but internal damage you definitely took. But it holds you from bleeding, and you guys successfully destroy a timeless. As the area disappears and the magic circle drops, and you can hear this eerie silence around you guys.
I know we're tired from the fight, but you got enough magic to glamour us?
Yeah, I have enough magic to glamour us. We haven't run into a timeless in a while. That was a little challenging.
We haven't fought one to death either. That's the first one we've actually conquered.
It is true. Good job, Piper.
I'm not touching another one of those cores.
And you think to yourself, Aelin, you're remembering your spells and how you're essentially, your primary function back then was controlling the battlefield. And you're remembering that a little bit now with how your spells work and how they change the course of battle for everybody rather than just yourself. And I feel like that's something you were missing, where your power is derived from.
Definitely.
That's what a general does, incites his combatants. Not that you don't have a great deal of power on your own because you burned away
I was always there to help Matron.
Yeah.
That was...
Yep. So you guys win the battle against the Void Timeless. And again, you're standing in the street with kind of this eerie silence around you guys.
Well, do we check out the area, see if there's anybody else?
I think that would be a good idea.
Agreed.
As you guys look through the area, you notice pretty much just about everybody's dead, except for any side droids. They don't seem to be affected. But they're looking, a lot of them seem to be dialing 911 or, emergency services of some sort.
All right, well, they're taking care of, or they're making sure that the police are notified, so we should probably get out of here.
Now is the time to glamour ourselves as the side droids know.
You said you bought some health things today, right?
Yes. I'll hand
Well,
out.
if we're gonna
I mean,
do this
I got
now, then
my
yeah.
own.
You guys can also take a short rest. If you
Let's
guys,
take a short rest. How many health points does that give us?
you guys, I think there's an option to choose short rest.
Yes, but where?
For me, it's
the
at the very top.
campfire.
Little campfire.
Oh, short rest. You're right. It's up here.
There's two options for recover. Reset maximum HP charges during this rest, or automatically apply healing with dice results.
So for short rest, automatically apply healing with dice results.
How many do we do?
It doesn't just automatically give you a
No,
dice.
it gives us 8 slots that we can click.
That gives you how many of your sorcerer
1d8.
things back?
How did you do that?
I just did 5 out of the 10.
That's fine. Just do the 5. I'll let you guys have 2 short rests a day. And that'll what it would be. It'd be 5 of those little things, and that's how we'll do it.
Oh.
So you're back at full?
I am back at full.
Okay.
Short rest is really good for me.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, it has to do with my meditation. You know, I don't actually need to rest.
Sure. So you guys glamour yourselves as
The Sidroids.
the side droids. Take a spell slot for that.
Yes, sir.
And, well, actually, so since you guys are going to be separated from one another, it's not invisibility. Are you going to put a separate glamour on each one of you guys so that it stays up when you're not with them?
So I actually
Yes,
have
I'll
an
use
So
that.
three
alter
spell
self.
slots. What's that?
I actually have an alter self
What do you,
spell that I can use. That way you don't, at least you and I don't have to stay right next to each other.
Let me see it.
Let me see.
okay, yeah, you can make yourself look like...
And I've actually got a stealth implant, so I'll just go stealth. You don't have to worry about glamoring me.
Okay, so what? Two.
Well, your
just-
stealth implant gives you advantage on stealth rolls. It doesn't make you invisible, per se.
Well, I'll just stealth my way in there.
Yes, you absolutely can do that. You can, stick behind them while they
Okay.
infiltrate.
Well, then I'll just do 2 spell slots then.
Well, she's going to alter self, so you only need
so
to use one.
Okay.
But I will stay hidden to the shadows and just follow these 2 bots. Or at least
So
one.
I'm gonna, make myself look like a beautiful Sidroid.
Okay, so it doesn't take long before multiple crews start cruising up in vans, trucks, ambulances, and so on, as multiple different side droids are collected. They're bagged and tagged, and you guys are kind of added to the bunch. I'm gonna say you're gonna try to be relatively, I guess, unabrasive. You're gonna follow along because if you take any sort of damage, your glamour will drop.
Yeah.
So they kind of just walk you guys in. They type some stuff, and you kind of watch the others. Give me a performance roll to see if you're able to play it off well enough.
Okay.
Both of us?
Yeah, both of you guys. And you're making a stealth roll to stay in the area.
Okay. Performance. 19.
19.
20.
Okay. So both of you guys are able to kind of watch the others as they go through coding and, as they type up some stuff in front of them, and they more or less shut them down. You guys shut down and go into your false modes, and you follow up, and you guys walk and stand on this truck where all of them stand, and they pretty much just stand there while they're transported.
Okay.
It might be difficult to stand in a moving truck for you guys, though.
Well, thankfully, nobody's watching at that point, I'd imagine.
Yeah, nobody's immediately paying attention to you. What'd you roll?
Funny enough, with advantage, both times I rolled 22.
Okay. You are definitely out of sight, out of mind entirely, and you're able to kind of sneak onto the same...
I'd imagine I'd probably be like up on top of the...
Actually, I want to say what you did is you actually did that James Bond bullshit underneath. Yeah, you're up in the bottom side of this vehicle. It doesn't have all the same
Don't let
workings that
go.
the regular cars that we know have, but there's stuff for you to hold on under there. And after a bit of time, you guys jut off, and maybe 15, 20 minutes later, you guys arrive in some sort of facility. The lights kind of change to you. You can't see exactly where you are because obviously you're under a truck. And then How you go? Oh, yeah, what do you think about that? Oh yeah, don't worry. I was thinking that we would probably, and you hear them kind of get closer to you, and they open up the back of the truck and they start unloading. You're under their truck, I assume. Start going through stuff to unload the bots, and you go through some sort of code, and you notice most of the bots turn on and they start walking out. You guys give me your performance rolls to follow along. You still are fine under there right now.
I'm gonna have to. Well, I'm assuming a perception roll to be able to distinguish them.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to, while you're under here.
15.
12.
Okay, 15. You did, and you, with the 12, you walk forward and you kind of stumble, which knocks two of the bots forward as they reposition themselves and fix. And you see one of the guys, hey, what the, man? I thought we did better glitch testing around here. It's getting
My
low quality.
circuits seem to be malfunctioning.
You say something?
Because you said they're powering on, right?
No, they just kind of moved and then readjusted, so they haven't said anything.
Oh, I thought that
No,
these were
one of
ones
the
that were already
guys-
starting to power up and being unloaded.
But they don't
Okay.
have any power. They're walking out like
Oh,
drones.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have no actual power, if you will, to them right now.
Okay, so I'll just kind of keep my eyes closed and just try to
Okay.
like somewhat go back into like a robotic form and just
All right,
fall
so
in step with them.
You could tell they start talking about how the glitch testing needs to be fixed. We thought we did better work, blah, blah, blah. The engineers are half-assing, and then they keep moving you guys, and they line you guys all up, and he says, all right, well, we're going to have to plug him in for diagnostics. So you see them, this thing, like a small slat in the ground, they flip it open, and you can see there's multiple cables as they start like shaking them in the back of the head pretty much with these long matrix cables.
And now, once again, is when I will use my fucking technomancy to make one of them go haywire and just start running.
Okay, give me a technomancy roll.
I'm like silent, heavy breathing over here.
Are we standing right next to each other? Is she like right behind me then?
You guys, well, you're all in a straight line, so we'll say you guys are, right next to each other.
Okay, so she's behind me because if I knock the ones. in
Yep, she's
front-
behind you.
Oh, and by the way, my perception was 26, so I can distinguish the two, I'm assuming.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to reach back and touch Atlas and give her stone skin.
Okay. First, give me a stealth roll to see if you do it subtly.
And I got a 16 for my technomancy for the runner.
Okay, because she's doing this at the same time, so they
Yeah.
might notice her doing that.
Okay, 15 on stealth.
Okay, you are subtle enough. And I don't think you have to roll for the stone skin. So you give her stone skin. I don't know how much defense. Doesn't that put her AC at a certain?
I believe so. Hang on to me. No, it doesn't. No, it just says until the spell ends, the target has resistance to non-magical
Bludgeoning, piercing, and
bludgeoning,
slashing. Okay, yeah. So
that
yeah.
way, and the reason I'm doing that, just to clarify, is with her glamour being so sensitive and mine being so sensitive, and me already kind of like
Yours isn't
raising.
sensitive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're just worried about getting caught.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure that her glamour is a little bit more solidified.
Okay, as you do that, you give her a stone skin to try to boost her glamour resistance in a... I see what you're doing. One of the bots just starts taking off towards one of the walls, and you see, hey, what the hell? One of the guys turns and starts facing it, and the other guy says, well, that's why we have the shields. And he stops. He doesn't freak out while the other one's like, hey, stop it, oh my gosh. But both of them do pay attention to that. They are distracted momentarily. Is there something you guys wish to do? You kind of scope around. You are in an enclosed area. You don't know if there's cameras, but you would assume there probably are.
there's any way that we can get into, I'm gonna kind of like be talking down and over my shoulder at Atlas, and then I'm sure I don't know if he's able to hear or not, but I'm gonna be like, we need to figure out a way to get into the front of the line. That way we don't get shanked in the back of the neck.
Well, it looks like they're plugging them all in. Like they're not going one by one and then unplugging them. They're gonna have all of them plugged in at once.
Oh, and then just like
And
sitting
then-
there.
Yeah. That's why there's like a row of them that are behind you of those cables.
Can I use confusion on one of the men?
Yeah, you can lift your hand and cast it. You guys are absolutely
Yeah,
welcome
I'm
to
gonna try
start.
to use confusion on
Okay.
one of the men.
So you raise your hand on the guy that's freaking out or the one that wasn't.
The one that is freaking out.
Okay. Confusion. Give me a roll for that.
That's a D10. Oh, that's a D12.
And now your little arm actions won't look as weird as the robot that just ran away on its own.
Yeah.
So, oh, well, do you have to roll the D10? Oh, yeah, an effective target can take reactions and must roll a D10 at the start. Okay, so I just need to roll to see if the... 7? It's just a regular... Is it a regular D20 roll? Is
Spell
it-
assaults. So. At higher levels, makes a wisdom saving throw. Okay, so looks like it automatically works for the first turn.
Okay,
I mean, it looks like it anyway.
so I'll cast it.
So you have to choose. You roll a D10 to see what their behavior is.
Well, it says the affected target can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turn to determine its behavior for that turn. So the guy confused has to roll the d10.
You want me to roll a d10 for
No,
you?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what he does. You just see him stop and start staring straight forward and just kind of drool a little bit.
Okay, cool.
But the other guy stops as the other thing disappears into the report room. And he turns around. He's like, oh, yeah, I always forget about those things, even though I've been here for 12 years. And he turns around. What are you looking at, dude? You all right, man? Starts waving his hand in front of the guy's face. What do you guys... Obviously, what do you got? What is your plan here? You guys can fuck with these guys all you want, but...
So now that they're distracted, I'm going to use my illusion magic to make her and I invisible.
Or suggestion.
What?
What if you make it look like we are plugged in and on the
I will do that.
thingy?
Actually, that's a good idea.
Well, hang on. Is it a good idea? Because when we get there,
You can't deliberate. You
Oh.
have the option
No,
of
we
saying
can't
that one word,
oh,
but
we can't talk. Oh, okay. Okay.
you guys are in a stealth situation right now.
I'm gonna roll to see what decision I make. I am going to make us invisible.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm gonna make. Yeah, I'm gonna make us invisible.
Okay, you guys disappear from sight. You see them disappear from sight, Thomas, and as you're kind of peeking up from still hanging on the end of this side of this truck. Again, there's maybe 12 of these bots here
Okay.
that are in this line, a dozen. And they just disappear. You don't know where they went.
Okay. And then after we make ourselves invisible, I'm gonna actually put my little
Heat signature
visor
thing on?
down.
Okay.
That way I can figure out where he is.
You see he's under the... Well, you see it faintly because the truck's pretty thick, but you see his signature.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of grab her by the
The arm.
her arm,
Okay.
yeah, and drag her over, and then be like, "Psst, Piper."
You hear sound coming from nothing. Psst, Piper. You've seen this before. Invisipeeps.
Yeah, but
Are you serious? You really don't know who we are?
no,
We weren't even separated that long.
I also just want to be quiet. Less noise means we will less likely to
That
get caught.
man out there is going cuckoo bonkers. Okay, I don't think he knows anything that's happening right now.
Hey,
but
man, are you okay?
anyway,
Are you okay, bro?
Yeah,
Do
look
I need to
at-
call someone?
Look at this.
All right, so we can either go and steal one of their key cards or their keys real quick.
I do think we need to be on that car though, on that van.
I'm going to once again use my technomancy magic, and I'm going to have one of the robots restrain the other guard who's not confused.
Okay. Give me a technomancy roll. You hear a voice. Enjoying yourself, are you?
I'm getting the hang of it. I mean, you gave these powers to me, so
Oh, I'm
why
enjoying-
not see what I can do with them?
I'm enjoying watching it.
23.
23. You see the closest one just walk over and hold his arms back. He's like, what the fuck? What the heck? How the heck?
Well, go get his key card, guys.
You guys don't have to worry. You walk up and just
Yeah, I'll
take the key
just
card.
walk
The
up
guy
and grab
can't.
it, yeah.
You're invisible too,
Yeah, so
So he looks around. Obviously, the key card just kind of lifts into space and disappears. Okay, you take his key card. You guys wander into the facility further.
before we leave, I'm also gonna cast confusion on him.
Okay, remember it takes a spell to do that each time.
Oh
so.
yeah, that's true. Never mind.
I'll just take a short rest inside.
So you guys walk into the little door thing that's there.
Yeah.
Pop the key card. Beep. Open it up. Are you in the invisibility now? I assume, or are you?
That's what I'm trying to decide, is if I just kind of casually walked by the guy because he can't do anything, or if or if I still try to stealth by him.
I would try to stealth by them.
I'll try to stealth by him.
Okay, give me a stealth roll. You have advantage. Pretty much always.
You see Smibs?
Okay, thank God I have advantage. 22.
Okay. You're able to sneak past as they open the door. You scurry right through the door with them before it closes. And you guys are now in what looks to be the open acre area of the manufacturing portion.
All right. You think they cut a map or something around here?
Most likely not, because
How about Vulcan? Is he able to make some sort of...
Is he able to
Elect-
get the blueprint for us?
Maybe, yeah.
so I will talk to Vulcan in my head and ask him, "Hey Vulcan, are you able to get into this place and give me any sort of I don't know,
Where are the
rundown?"
prototypes?
Well, the security is going to be incredible, just like prior places. But if you get me into some sort of mainframe, I'm sure that I can give you a rundown of the place.
Do I see any computers nearby?
Yeah,
I will
at like pretty much every one of the guys' stations.
I will proceed to an empty station and
Okay, you can see there's multiple engineers that are still working at night, but you guys are kind of, I mean, there's probably a decent amount of people in here, so you aren't, it wouldn't be conspicuous if you were doing something, but because you're not invisible. You guys can just walk right up to just about anything.
I wanna investigate the room for sure.
It's acres of footage, so what are you investigating? It'll take you hours to investigate this whole
Okay.
room. Like, possibly days.
I'll kind of like stay somewhat. Obviously, I'll be right next to you, but also kind of somewhat following him, staying maybe I would say like 10, 15 steps behind him, and then just kind of like investigating everything like that's going on around him. See if I see any abnormal activity or if there's anything that might kind of help us see, like, you know, prototypes this way, you know, or something along
Gotcha.
those lines.
You don't actually see anything immediately as you guys are approaching. What'd you say?
Oh, I also want to use my perception to see if I can hear any conversations going on about the prototypes.
Okay. You guys can tell that regardless of your guys' roles, you don't hear anything. You don't immediately see anything about the prototypes. Nothing seems more fishy than the fact that obviously this place is putting together what looks to be human beings. That looks odd in itself, but it's also miraculous. But you end up plugging into the mainframe. Give me a technomancy roll with advantage because you have Vulcan on your side.
17.
17. Well, it looks like what you're looking for is an area that is not obviously immediately on this primary blueprint. But if you go through a couple doorways, it seems like you can get to an area that I believe would be holding what you're looking for. I don't know how you'll get them out, though.
Hoping to leave that up to my friends.
You see on your little HUD, there's like a little pathway to go through. It looks like maybe 2 different doors to go through, an elevator, and then you have to go through 2 more different doors. And it looks like this one kind of conference room type thing, and it gives you a camera feed where you can see in there these 2 pristine looking. There's these 2 pristine looking bots, side droids that look different than the ones you've seen. They look almost human, like more so than you've seen before.
It looks like there's 2 humans sitting there.
Yeah, you don't actually even know what they're capable of per se. They just look amazing. But they're in like these almost like culto tank looking things, like kind of floating there in a fluid, which you haven't seen any side droids do that, sit in fluids.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give a little like this way.
Okay, you guys hear him
'Cause
kind of
I don't know where they're at.
do the sound because he can't see you guys.
Alice, I think that's our cue.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
so you guys have to walk a pretty decent span of distance towards the back of this facility. So you guys are going to have to make 5 stealth rolls,
Okay.
and you guys each have advantage.
Are they gonna? They have to make.
Yeah, because
okay.
people walk by, might bump into them, those sorts of things. That's more evasive stealth rolls. So you guys are walking forward. There's a kind of a group of people that is somewhat difficult for you guys to squeeze by, so you have to go through them, and that's where you guys make the stealth rolls. Give me.
22 on the first one.
Oh, my first one was 11.
You have advantage though, because
Mhm.
you have a stealth implant. So what was your second roll?
My best one was 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you bump into a person and you become immediately visible, and
Even with the stone skin?
yeah, because you failed the stealth roll.
Okay.
So, well, I'll say that because I mean, stone skin doesn't actually affect illusion magic, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it so you don't get stabbed though.
Okay.
But people now are looking straight at you like, what? What the fuck? Where did you come from? And it drops the invisibility for both of you guys. But you can still use what was your stealth roll?
I got a 16.
16. So you dive over behind this table that's nearby, and you're able to, before the stealth drops, because you're like, oh shit, that's not going good. And you dive roll, and you end up staying stealth in like a little kind of cubby corner. As you're deer in the headlights right now, Atlas.
I'm just not going to say anything.
You're not going to say anything?
No. Oh, wait, I look like myself, huh?
Yeah, you've got
Oh,
wings
fuck.
and...
Just stand there. Nope.
So you do nothing?
This isn't the bathroom.
Put your spell back up.
I was thinking about doing that.
Pretend to teleport.
I'm
You do
actually
have
not
Misty
going
Step.
to.
Oh.
I'm not actually going to pretend to teleport. I'm just gonna teleport.
So you use Misty Step?
Yes.
Okay. Where? You don't exactly know where you were going. You were following him.
That's true. Do I see like a hallway or something?
Not really. It's like a bunch of open workstations.
Are you serious?
Capone's sitting on Milo.
So what do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna use Misty Step to try to get out of like the immediate direct like.
Okay. So you use
other
Misty
eyesight?
Step to give yourself an extra stealth roll to go into a stealth position. Give me... you do take a spell slot for your
Okay,
Misty
yeah,
Step,
yeah.
but give me a stealth roll. You do have advantage.
23. Oh my god.
23. Okay, you're able to disappear out of there as people are still questioning it, kind of looking around at what's...
Okay, continue.
As people are looking around at what's going on from the commotion you just made from obviously appearing and then teleporting out of there.
Yes.
You're hiding behind a table and you guys are kind of all skewed about now, but you do have earpieces that you guys can talk to each other with but it's just loud enough in here that you guys could probably whisper to each other and communicate.
Okay.
You hear like the murmur of people from around because they seem to work around the clock.
I'm going to alter self to look like one of the workers, like wear their typical business attire
Okay.
or whatever.
So is that a spell or a cantrip?
I believe it's a spell.
Okay, so just make sure you're taking your spell slots.
Yeah. I've been just pressing the little cast button. I didn't ever notice that before.
Yeah, pretty neat.
It's hella neat.
Well then I'll basically relay where the next
Location.
door is,
Okay.
so that we can meet up.
So you
past that
give them the
point.
location on their little arm pieces.
Aylin, where are you?
I'm gonna be like trying to look confused and stuff amongst the crowd. I'm trying to find my way out. Where are you?
You guys all see on your little arm piece the location where you need to go in this building pop
Okay.
up.
I'm gonna work my way to the location. How are you getting around without them noticing you?
I'm one
Right,
of them.
right now I just made my clothes look the same as theirs, and I have my wings down.
Well, you haven't hidden, altered, so they're like not there.
Okay.
You can essentially shapeshift yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
okay,
what
I don't
alter
have
self
to use.
does.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so it's a
I
spell
just
to
made
change
it
your
look
whole
like
self.
I'm one of the workers here right now.
Okay. I'll do the same, and I'll meet up with you.
You have alter. Oh, you're gonna use a glamour.
Glamour, yeah.
Okay, so use a spell. Both of you guys use spells, and you guys look like the workers, and you guys make another stealth roll. You continue your excursion because you were still doing just fine, Stealth King.
I rolled a 1 on the second advantage roll, but 21.
Okay,
11.
11.
18.
Okay, so
Mine
as you
Stumbling
guys are
bumbling.
able to kind of progress further, but as you're walking, you end up a person just walks right around a corner. You're like, oh shit, and you bump into them once again, and your glamour breaks off, and you're standing there with wings. But you do know where to go now.
Chaos. Choose chaos.
I thought these stupid upgrades were supposed to help us. Let's see how many spell slots I have left.
It's just a mere mortal.
I'm going to banish them.
You're gonna cast banish on them.
Yeah. They'll come back.
Okay. You cast you banish this person from this plane of existence
Until they come
momentarily.
back. Yeah, moments. Because they'll come back.
You just don't know what they're gonna see in the banishment.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so they just and you see them phase out of existence. They're this kind of ethereal thing. You see them like
Damn right, don't ever fucking walk into me again.
And I'm going to put my stupid glamour back.
okay, you put your glamour back on, and you guys continue.
I am sweating right
Make
now.
make another stealth roll. There are 2 left after this. Even with a stealth implant.
23 as I just laugh.
That's what I also got a 23 this time.
This time you evade everything up to the point.
I got a 6.
Okay. You bump into somebody and they look at you and you could see on his tag it says manager of like this quadrant. And he looks at you and says, I don't recognize you. What? Which station do you work at?
I hire everybody myself.
Oh, I dyed
Yeah.
my hair.
We do hand-picked engineers here. You're not on my docket.
It's the strangest thing. I don't remember ever being here either. The teleporters have just been so haywire. I'm not sure. Hi, my name is Ashley.
Give me a performance roll.
Please be better
Ashley.
than a 6.
Got a 21.
A 21?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I know they have been given fits. You know, the place with a bunch of engineers, you'd think we'd be getting our transport pads fixed, but none of us seem to specialize that. Well, if you get back to your station real quick, you know, we like to keep things pretty efficient and secure here. So, yeah.
Exactly. Us down on blue level definitely agree the same. So
Give me a performance roll for throwing up a bullshit blue level.
Now you're gonna have to kill him.
Now you're gonna have to kill.
nat 20 with a 23.
There happens to be levels that are named based on their color.
God, so lucky. When we walked in, she just happened to see purple level on the fuck.
So, okay. Well, go ahead and about your business. You just make sure you get back to your proper quadrant.
You too. Happy electricianing.
He looks at you weirdly as you say that last statement and then just watches you as you walk away.
You just keep digging. Like,
Give me another stealth roll, you guys.
can I get out? Yes. Well, let me just dig a little deeper then.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep my.
Oh, I put my glamour back up. I just
You didn't have a
wanted-
glamour on. You just
The
played as
app-
that person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Perfect.
keep my first roll because it's a 20.
Okay.
25.
So 24.
25. Okay.
17.
Okay. All of you guys stealth the next little segment and avoid any sort of confrontation. One more roll, please.
I don't like that side.
Well, hopefully a 12 is sufficient.
26.
16.
Okay.
Playing
You
to my
guys get to the
strengths.
door, and as you do, you guys are like, okay, cool, we make it. You see her coming up, bringing up the rear, and as she does, she looks over, and once again, a person walks just very quickly as they're looking at one of the parts and just bumps into her, becomes visible once again.
No.
However, there's a bit of a freeze frame in the moment as it seems, again, a familiar yet eerie type feeling, and you notice the people around you start to kind of like hold their necks in like, what the fuck? And start to get lightheaded. And you could tell the area gets kind of dim, and you see people start dropping to the floor.
Oh, great.
And you
Another
see
timeless.
a thing start forming in the center of this area.
Well, at the risk of blowing my stealth, while it's forming, I'm gonna see if I can take a shot on it.
Okay.
Uh, 19.
19. Okay. With your Omnium gun?
Yeah.
Okay. You do risk your stealth, but everybody that's in the immediate area that seems to be on the ground
They're
choking.
Dead, they're dead anyway.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it.
Or
If they're not,
dying.
they're dying. Yeah. You blast it off, and you see it kind of bursts, and you see the rubbery stuff close in on itself, and this kind of form of it looks like mana or energy bursts out. You see the people on the ground. You know, they were holding their necks. You see they're probably not. They're not dead now. You saved their lives, but you can see everything kind of get hazy. All three of you guys, as it kind of swirls away, and you guys find yourselves once again in a kind of like sandy location that you were familiar with before. Once you probably call it would be purgatory, and you see a man in front of you in a robe that you've seen before as you broke the idol. Hello.
Mortis.
It's just good to see you again.
Yes, but this is kind of a bad time.
Well, you see, time has stopped for you momentarily, and for me. We now have the opportunity to speak. Sit with me for a moment, for not usually will we have this breaking of raw mana from the release of death of the timeless. There are things I must tell you. Please. As like a fire appears below, and it's like a campfire, and see little logs that kind of like rise from the sand for you guys to sit on. You guys, please sit with me.
We sit down.
Okay. You guys sit down. You guys cannot see his face. It is completely shaded, you know. And I must tell you, there's a man in Eden that may change the tide of battle within Eden. It is of the utmost importance that the spell cast on Eden from the outside is dispelled. So far, the information gathered suggests that the spell is held up by runes spanning within and without Eden. Most likely, they are engraved on the 10 Commandments tablets. The God-born resistance within Eden is working to collect and destroy the tablets there, so you must do the same here. However, the tablets can only be destroyed by a divine or chaos-born weapon. Once Eden is freed, the true war will begin. And as for now, I wish to answer any questions I can. Give you any answers I can offer, as we have limited time.
My weapon was made from Aylin's divine magic. Is that something that would work on these tablets?
Perhaps. I am unsure.
And if not, do you know where they keep the spear? I can't remember.
Or
This
whatever
spear.
weapon that we can be using of divine energy or chaotic energy.
Of course, the spear you speak of, the strongest of all divine weapons, held in what you call the Central Trade Union. They hold it in their council chambers at the highest floor.
So it's not on the 77th.
It's on the 777th floor.
That helps immensely.
Please,
How is Eden?
Eden is in a time of odd peace. They know not what comes, and they know not what is happening, for they can only see what is in front of them. You, Angel, have you no questions?
Are there any other weapons other than the spear that we can be using in order to destroy these
There are numerous,
tablets?
but few, and I know not their locations.
And where do we start looking for the tablets? They seem to have hidden the spear well enough that,
Each of the tablets draws their power from a divine location or chaotic. If you can find a void of said mana or great strength, perhaps you will be able to track them down, for I know not their direct locations. I am sorry.
Do you know which magic specifically these draw? So we know what we're looking for a little bit more? Like, would we be able to feel this energy if we were to get close to them?
You would absolutely feel the energy, being the beings that you are, divine and chaos touched. You, and others like you. Perhaps you could teach those to feel this, but you would definitely, and most undoubtedly, feel a presence of a tablet, as I'm sure you have in the past with your run-in with Apostle Shaywin. His abilities as a man, simple, but his strengths as an apostle, grand. Again, I must say that our time is limited. I can answer a few more questions.
Do you know who guards the 777th floor?
It is under my understanding that the floor is guarded by the apostles and even the generals, but I know not of which.
Do you know how many?
I believe there are 11 apostles and 7 generals. That is what makes up the council.
it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Those are all the questions I have.
We need to find those relics.
Agreed. But we need to get ourselves out of debt first. Not the monetary debt, but the debt that we owe to people. So we need to complete this mission before anything else.
I offer you two things. One, a small bit of advice, or an option. You've seen the capabilities of what one can do with the core of a timeless. A multitude of souls, mana, energy, raw stored. When it outbursts, you can connect with Purgatory. Perhaps because you are here. You have a natural connection with Purgatory. If you wish to see me again, you must only do so with a timeless core. Or perhaps you can absorb it, as I'm sure you've also known, to gain strength in the time to come. The second thing I offer, a crow. A crow of Purgatory, a crow of my own. It will follow you. It will be my eyes. I cannot speak through it, and you cannot speak to me, as I will not hear, but I can see. So please, keep this crow with you. As he raises his hand, this kind of corpsey crow shows up, and it's got like the exposed talon, but it's got the wings that have kind of holes and stuff in it. And he says, "This is Alistair. Please treat him well."
I want to outreach my hand with my animal handling and immediately try to bond with
Okay.
Alistair.
Alistair hops on your hand. "Hi, well, my name is Alistair." And he's got like a kind of crowy, kind of almost obnoxious voice.
Oh, so we can hear you now, just not later?
Alistair has a personality of his own.
Oh, we can't speak to you.
That's correct.
The bird speaks, though.
And he will relay to me when I do see him, however.
Can we send him messages if we were in, say, can he follow us to Purgatory?
He will be exiting Purgatory with you.
Okay, but if we do wish to enter Purgatory again with a core, is he able to teleport with us back into Purgatory?
He has the capability of traveling in between the lines of realms freely. However, it does tax him, and there are only times he can do it. He will relay information to me when he can. And he will travel when there is a portal.
So if we have a message to send to you, do you mind if we use him as well?
You may attempt.
Thank you, sir. That is all my questions.
As you say that, the wind and such kind of whistles and wisps away as you guys find yourselves no longer in the sandy dunes of Purgatory, but once again just in front of the door as you guys are still trying to breach. You can quickly try to cast your invisibility if you would like to take a spell slot. Okay, and put you guys in stealth. And at that point is where we will go ahead and end off the stream for the evening.
Milo says, "End, guys. I need to pee."
Yeah. Thank you, everybody who decided to drop in tonight and check out Chapter 9. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we will see you again next week, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Chapter 10 of Angels, Smugglers, and Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you.